Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to StarRupture. Today we will talk about the greatest question of them all. Dispatchers or Rails? Well, the dispatchers. Okay, end of the video. Let's go home. No, stay, please, please, don't leave. YouTube will hate me if you just click away now. Let me explain, okay. So I personally am a Rail user. Only, listen, it's not theoretical, it's not something, it's just my style, okay? I forget things very easily because I'm playing a lot of games at the same time. So seeing, oh, red thing coming from this, oh, I remember, yes, Wolfranium comes from there. This is the only reason I use Rails for, okay? No shame, no shame. Okay, I make a video every day. I can keep it in my mind. Anyways, why no Rails? I will tell you all of the reasons and how exactly you should use these so they are better than Rails. Because if you use these inefficiently, they are nowhere nearly as good as the Rails. But if you use them efficiently, they are. Why not Rails? When we come to that, number one, Rail 3, Rail 5 are bugged. We don't know if they will get fixed. There are mods that fix them, but I don't care because I don't play with mods. And, well, why would you? It's not a base game. But anyways, the other one, but the main issue that currently exists in the game is that Rails connect different buildings and grids to each other. That has only one positive side. It is all buildings that are connected with Rails to each other share power together. So the moment I only connect this rail to my main building at the other side of the universe, all of the power that is within this grid will be shared with the other one, and the other side's grid power will be shared with this. That's the end of the story. Like, literally, that's it. Like, there's no other benefits to it. But the negative sides, however, the negative sides, number one, are the call system. What is the call system? The call system is Factory A needs items such as, let's say, impeller and sulfuric acid for making turbine. This says, oh, I have turbine. This says 100 turbine, 100 impeller, please. This says, okay, I'm sending it. That is the call system. This game does not use the rail or, let's say, the other systems, so it automatically asks questions between the storages, factories, and the other factories and the rails, and actually calculates what should go where. So that is how it keeps the things inside the storages, and even these things that actually split the loot or split the processes and all of the, let's say, things inside them into the factories that need them. They are called, and the call is answered by this building, and the answer is resources that go to a factory. But that's it. When you have connected buildings with the rails, it actually consumes processing power for your RAM, graphic card, for everything, basically. The game uses more PC resources to calculate what's going on. Every time you connect one single building or a whole factory with a lane to another factory, and let me tell you, I finished the game completely here. So everything that I ever built is here. It is so laggy because everything is connected to each other. Everything is connected to each other with rails. I have 0 factories in anywhere inside the game, okay? And my FPS drops drastically. Let me just show you one small portion of what goes on in my main base. 1 second. Yeah, this is the what is going on. Yeah. Because rails are connected and everything is calling each other, and there are so many particles flying around, and believe it or not, this is only like 20% of what I have. Look, There's factories there. Here, it goes all the way over those mountains. It comes back. It goes all the way over there. And there's my other buildings there. And as you can see, like the whole game, I finished it here. And this is literally killing my PC when I step upon here. If they don't fix the performance issues of the call system, well, I'm cooked. I can't make the other videos here, so I will have to move and make factories in other places. But yeah, that's it. It gets so messy and so much processing power is drained out of your PC that it dies. Okay? It is suboptimal. But now, that is why not use Rails. If the performance upgrades are there, I will never use this again. I will keep the Rails because they are just more efficient and better and more clean and very calculable compared to these. But how and why these dispatchers are in general better than the Rails? Number one, as I said, it's FPS problems and calculation problems. Because when you're not connecting this to other buildings, this is a completely different building than the other ones that are there. So this is processed very simply, and that is processed however it is calculated. So number one, you get better FPS. Number two is that you don't need to upgrade these rails every time there is a new version of rail approaching. When you actually unlock, yesterday I made a video about like how to use these dispatchers properly and like the ways that you can actually use them. But that video is completely different. It's more about the dispatcher itself. But here and there, I said it. When you unlock Rail 2, at the same time, you unlock the dispatchers and the base core amplifiers, which you will need if you want to like send all of the resources from one node to another, let's say, facility, because you need so many of these. But this combo allows you to just get everything out of one node into your main buildings. Do not make factories in different places. Just send these somewhere and make them, because later in the game you will have to combine all of these. Before I also made another video about the best locations for bases. There is no better place than this here and this here. Maybe even this, but this has a problem of resources here. After the radiation zone gets expanded and we get 2 new resources, nowhere is better than this place. So yeah, send everything here, or you're gonna suffer so much. When it comes to these, this is the only correct way or how you should be using them. First, you have to calculate how many resources are processed from your main nodes. Nodes have 3 types. They produce 60 per second, 120 per second, and 240 per minute. Sorry, all of those were per minute. So these two, both of them are producing 120 units per minute. This one is producing 240 per minute. These are actually like how the game was intended. So look, rail 2 is 240, so 2 of these need 1 rail. If you connect all of these, you need 1 rail for connecting all of these 3 buildings to this facility. This facility needs 1 rail to connect all of the things here. But I have this because I like dispersing and making these things. I have videos about how to use this as well. Like this is a, let's say, load balancer. It balances the amount of resources that come here and go out of different locations and go to different locations from this. But anyways, that's another video. But when you have rail 3, the only correct way is you calculate first how many resources are produced from here. Here 480. So how and why and what should I do in order to send those? 480 means 1 rail 3, 2 rail 2s. So you either make 1 2 at this side and 1 2 at that side, and connect 1 rail 2 to this side and another rail 2 to this side and send the resources like that. Or if you have rail 3, because it's 400 items per minute, it will need 4 of this. Don't put the 5th one, it will not get fit. This is how you connect them. You connect them, you have this, they're going to that dummy there. All of them will be actually loading the dummy. It's better to have 2 of these. So 2 dispatchers feed 1 receiver, and the receiver should have a storage in the front because it allows you to actually have a better flow of resources outside. I'll come back to this this side as well if the save time lets me continue going around in the video. It takes 15 seconds to save now. But yeah, as you can see now, all of the resources are getting here, but it will take roughly 30 seconds for each of these to get filled up and for them to send resources to the accommodating thing. But this is a problem because the call system tells them, okay, everybody has the same priority. So what you need to do is actually you have to put some of the first ones, or at least 2 of them, on high priority. So these get filled up first. After these 2 are filled, when these are sending the resources uppity and they're coming here, these resources will continue moving inside these. If you don't use that priority system, this will actually take a lot longer and it will not be as efficient. So remember, that is very important. Put the first one and the second one on high priority. Put the third one and the fourth one on medium or low priority, so you can always have 24/7 rail capacity usage. Another method that you can use, this is the simplified version. Another methodology that you can use is increasing the output of your balance loader. And yes, this is why exactly you use those balance loaders. Because, look-see, look-see. When you have that balance loader actually allows you to have 2 fully prioritized sets of this. There you go. See? That is what we can do. But it is giving this, then it's gonna send to this, and they will send here. Yeah, that's the beauty of the balance loader. So you can actually, because the call system is actually a little bit messy, if you just connect these to just one lane, it will not call enough resources and they will all get queued up. So it will be, let's say, slower to send things around, but this is actually the optimal way of doing it. Yeah, that increases the output and reduces the delay of this. But see, like, do you see that? Like, middle line is not working and only the first lane is working. That's because the call system counts this 2 lane as a singular entity. So it is never prioritizing sending resources to this. But, look. The moment you delete this one, that will send full resources, that will send full resources, that will send full resources. Yes, you can connect all of these via a single lane to a single receiver, but well, that is on you. I don't prefer that because that uses too much like structures, and every structure adds to my save time, and that gives me physical pain because, as you saw, my save times are now like 20 seconds almost. Yeah, that's the dispatching section. When it comes to receiver, this is the ideal number 1 version that I found, or let's say made, in order to receive stuff. This receives things, sends them to storage, storage sends them to factory or the structures. This is version B, where you don't use storage. You use one of these, and this actually sends it to storage. But none of these are actually the highest, let's say, output. If you have enough of a powerful PC or you don't have lag problems, this is the ideal version of how to use these. One to this side, another to this side. One here, and one's here. You connect these to this, and this to this. This is the maximum capacity of the receiver used very efficiently. You can also either do this at the other side, so you take them and give them to a single factory building. As such, let's say I give them to anything that goes there, Or you can actually, because depending on the resources that you send, I explained in the other video what kind of resources is better to send and why. But this is in general for, let's say, main primary resources. Like, I don't know, your sulfur, your calcium blocks, your wolfranium blocks, your titanium blocks, and your helium. But in general, this is how and why you use these, and the most efficient way, and why the receivers and dispatchers are better. But, as I said, my playstyle, my rules, I prefer Rails because they're just more simple. Even though I make highly efficient systems, I prefer most things to be visible and manually visible, because I play too many games and, well, I don't have that kind of memory in me anymore. I'm making content for 4 different games right now. You have no idea. I'm fighting zombies in one, I'm training horses in the other, I'm making buildings and factories inside a godforsaken land, and in the other one, I'm taking care of human babies and sending them to space in The Last Caretaker. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hope this was helpful. If you have any questions about any of these systems or about the game in general, I have almost 1 video for every question you have inside this playlist. And you can even find Excel sheets for making mathematically calculated bases in my channel. So, check them out too. As always, thanks for your support, for the likes, for the hypes, for the comments, and memberships and supers. If it's nighttime, I hope you sleep like babies. And if it's daytime, I hope they fix every performance issue that this game has on the next patch, which is coming next month. And oh god, there will be so many things. Everything will basically change, by the way, because they are giving us higher tier buildings. I'm still not sure, they have not announced it, but if we get higher tier excavators, well, that's gonna give us a lot of problems. See you in the next video, fellas. See you in the next video.